office for a year. So we're hoping to see changes being implemented and started at least and continue throughout the years of this term.
How long are term limits, and can a person only be president once or twice?
You can be reelected, but
How
only
many times?
once.
And how long are their terms? Like our
Like ours. Yeah.
You mentioned the currency earlier. Now, are there plans to reinstitute the old currency?
As for now, I haven't heard of anything of a change back to the colon. It had changed to the dollar about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So I guess they're getting it into the system and it might be even more of a burden to the supplements if they're changing back now, especially the economy. So they might just continue the dollar because it's what they have. But as far as the economy goes, it's not doing well for them. It's really hurting them. So hopefully they'll find a way to balance their economy without using the dollar.
It's going to be really hard, mainly because the change of currency can really affect people. You don't know what's going to happen once you change again back to the colon. Definitely, we would hope it will be a good change, but you really can't play with currency because as you do, people get affected by unemployment. I mean, unemployment and now is high in Salvador, so once you play with currency, it's going to be hard. But you definitely want to see change at least for the poor that are doing that.
Because right now they're really dependent on our U.S. federal banks to print the money for them. So it's kind of like their money's out of their hands.
I was wondering, we came in a little bit late. Do you have any counts of how many people actually voted that could vote?
We don't have official numbers.
Was it more than before?
It's definitely large voter turnout, more than ever before. And there's a lot because FMLN had a candidate who was in the running and could win the election. So a lot of people turned out to vote for this election. And I think probably larger numbers than the U.S. did. Someone back there has a question.
Someone's asking.
You had a question?
Oh, I had a question. You said that the newly elected president offers hope, and I wanted to know, like, what were his promises that swayed people?
Funes promised his people that he will work for the people, that he would, like she said, create programs for jobs for graduates from UCA as well as other universities. He want basically work for the people, so better welfare, healthcare for everyone. It was a lot. It was that, like, hope for the people. He would work for the people instead of the elite that Karina had for the past 20 years. So that was the hope that he promised for the people.
So I think it's going to be a shy away from what we call a neoliberal reform. You know, the implementation of what like U.S. kind of. I think he's going to focus more on the people that elect him, which was the
Do you know of any like specific laws that are going to be passed to make that happen?
No, like I said, it's too early, mainly because of the 20-year rule that Arena had. They really have to start to work together. I think that's one of the big things. There's always been this kind of conflict between Arena and FMLN, and mainly because of what happened in the 80s in the Civil War. I think that has to come to a closure and then start to work together. I think there's always going to be boundaries. It's not exactly known with what he has done. Like, I've gone to, like, and the newspapers can be very, very liberal and very conservative. You can definitely see that in the newspapers. So it's hard to know exactly what he's trying to do. But I know he promised a lot of the rural community to change their lives as far as, like, giving them a better chance for a job, a better chance for to have the basic needs that they never had.
Oh, and I had a second part to that question. What did he protest against from the last president? Like, what did the last president do that he didn't really like?
Well, Mauricio Funes, before he ran as the candidate for FMLN, was a reporter for Salvador. So he definitely saw, from his perspective as a reporter, the lives of the many people that are being affected even by the gangs, Mara Salvatrucha, and there's mostly people from the rural communities. So that was his main focus, focusing on the people, the victims, and also focusing on what drives these young people to go to gangs. It's because they don't have a job.
Okay,
So that was like his main thing.
I don't know if it's like here where we have a congressional election at the same time as we have presidential elections.
Yeah.
So was there congressional results similar, like left-leaning as well? Or was it just like the presidential seat that switched that? I don't know.
It wasn't offered this year. I don't think they were. Oh, they have that?
Yeah, they had it. Arena definitely does hold a bit more of a majority, but there was definitely seats gained by FMLN.
Was there any statement made by the military giving their full backing and support to FMLN, especially some of the old generals who would have been part of the Civil War?
I didn't see that.
But there was a statement made. Arena had been saying that had been as part of their campaign. They were telling people, if you vote for FMLN, the U.S. will support El Salvador, and that was their threat to the people. But then 2 days before the election, Obama came out and said, we will support whichever government the El Salvadorians choose. And so for the people of El Salvador, that was a big help. And even though there were senators, the U.S. senators who signed a bill saying they will support El Salvador if FMLN wins, the president has said that, and for the people, that was enough. And so it just continued to fire them up and keep them going to the polls.
Yeah, I just want to say something about the elections in regard to what you asked, and the elections for the president and for the Congress this year was different from other years because, first of all, we had three political parties that were right side, and things that Tribunal Supremo Electoral, and they moved the elections for that for different reasons. First, because they knew that the Arena was losing votes, first of all, and then that by doing that, they will know what possibility they will have to win the presidential elections if they lost people in the Congress. The elections in the Congress were in January, and for the president were in March. So they will know, how what possibility they will have to win the election for the president. And also, in regard to what she said, what she asked, we have to understand the reality of the country. Like you said before, it's been 20 years, not only 20 years, 20 years since the peace agreement were done. We have to understand that before that, during the Civil War, and that includes more than 10 years, and how much money they spend, like the debt, external debt that the country has, and how much money the government left in the arcas, I don't know how you say arcas. In the treasure. So it's important to know how this guy, Mauricio Funes, is being realistic, and he presenting how he found the government, and he is working for that, to work to build that in the country. And it's very interesting because lately the Arena Party has been divided. 12 congressmen divided, and were divided from
Republicans here.
It's just like our conference.
Okay, there you go.
Well, any more questions? Like, we have memorabilia over there on our table. We have newspapers. We have the story of the election box, of the ballot box, where I was being an election observer. I managed to get some friends, and they were going to throw all that away. They officially threw all that away. Before I knew, I thought I was, going to be stopped in the airport and being arrested or something. But
we hid it under.
we hid it under our luggage. But we were able to get that in some bags where they were putting the disputed ballots. But it was all fair.